Good afternoon, Prairie View Christian Church. Today is August 5th, 2020, and it's time for your midweek update. I'm here in the sanctuary, thought I would change things up a little bit. Some people have joked the past few months with all the Zoom calls and video conferences that people have been doing that you have to have a prestige bookshelf behind you. Whenever you're doing Zoom calls, you got to make sure that a big, nice, thick bookshelf is behind you, and it's got all kinds of books that you've probably never even read before. But if you have all those books behind you, that'll make people take you more seriously. That'll make people respect you more. Well, my books are not behind me this week. I thought it might be a good change of pace to be in the sanctuary for those who maybe haven't seen it in quite some time and do the midweek update from here. So here we are. This past Monday, we played volleyball for the first time with masks. And it did help that Monday evening we had all that rain blow through, and it was about 70 degrees, but the masks really weren't all that bad. It wasn't as difficult as you might think. Craig said that he had some challenges, but Craig does not give himself enough credit for his athletic ability. But really, we were all fine. We played a good night of volleyball. It was fun. So if you have held back on playing, because of wearing a mask, I would just tell you that it maybe wasn't as bad as you might think. So volleyball will keep happening, we think, for the next few weeks at least. We will be wearing our masks in accordance with the city mandate and the state mandate. But you are more than welcome to come join us and play with a mask on. If you don't want to play, if you just want to keep your distance and watch us all make fool of ourselves in masks, then you can do that as well. We would love to have you. Now, considering it's the midweek update, of course, that means it's time for your RSVP reminder. Please RSVP for this coming Sunday, August 9th. We'll be in 1 Timothy chapter 4, which should be a good change of pace compared to what we've been doing the past 2 weeks in chapters 2 and 3. I'm looking forward to the sermon this week. It'll be a little bit different than what we've been doing. One thing we've talked about in recent weeks is how 2 weeks ago we had 73 people in the service. This past week, we had 70 people in the service, and when you get that many people in the room, socially distanced, it starts to feel pretty tight. So at our last elders meeting, we discussed, well, what are we going to do if we're consistently hitting 75 people on Sunday morning and we don't have enough space in the room? Well, the easiest solution that we've come up with for now is putting chairs in the lobby. That way people can hear through the doorways what's going on. We're even talking about ways that we can get the video from in the room on the TV out in the lobby. That way you can hear what's happening through the doorways and you can see what's happening on the TV. So again, that's a good problem to have. We want more people here on Sunday mornings, and we will figure out how to accommodate all those people as best as we can. We're talking about it, thinking about it already, and hope that becomes a good problem in the next few weeks and in the coming months as well. So please RSVP for Sunday morning. That's really helpful for us as we put out the chairs. The RSVP can be found on the website. Nancy will email it out today and Friday as well. We also post it on social media, so you can't miss it. Please RSVP for this coming Sunday, August 9th. I would also remind you that for my family and for many other families in the church, it is the night before school eve. HSE schools start tomorrow. I know there are a few families in our church that had kids in school that started even earlier than that, someday this past week or so. I would encourage you to pray for the families of our church. As we all know, this is going to be a very different school year, not just for families like mine with a kindergartner and a third grader, but for families with older kids. Families who are sending their kids off to college. This is going to be a very different type of academic year for all ages at any type of school. So please pray for those families who are preparing for school, getting started the past few days. Pray for those in our church who work in schools as well. This is going to be a very different year for them, I'm sure, too. So pray for those people who work in schools and those people who are getting ready to send their kids to school. Whether that kid is 5, like Nolan, or whether that kid is 18, like Alyssa Britting. Pray for those families as they prepare to send their kids off to school. And along those same lines, we made an announcement on Sunday morning, and we just want to reiterate that today. We understand that many families in our community are going to have a tough time figuring out how to do school. If you are a single parent and your kids are staying home and you have to go to work and you don't have family close by, that can be very, very, very difficult. Who's going to take care of your kids? How are you still going to go to work? If you're a family where both parents work, you're in the exact same predicament. How are you going to take care of your kids if you both have to go to work somewhere? So there are lots of families that are pulling their hair out, lots of families that are stressed about how to take care of their kids, how to make ends meet, how to make sure that their kids are doing the things that they need to do for school safely, but they're still able to go to work as well. So if you have any questions about how we might be able to help you with that, please let us know. We want to know how to help the families of our church. On top of that, if you have a family who are friends or neighbors or coworkers, maybe you've got things figured out, but those other people don't have things figured out, then feel free to send them our way as well. The benevolence team is not just for people within the church to help with the needs within the church, but it can also be for people outside of the church. That can be a great ministry opportunity for our church to help someone in need with a bill or an expense or anything else we can help with to kind of lighten the load of the stress of sending kids back to school in this crazy environment that we're in. So even if you've got things figured out, if you know someone else who doesn't, feel free to refer them to our church. We'll do anything that we can to help people in our community during this time, of course, for their good and for God's glory. So pray for those people who are preparing to start school. If you need help, please tell us. And if you know of anybody else who does need help, feel free to send them our way as well. Now, that pretty much covers it for our midweek update. One thing I will do, just to kind of keep you on the edge of your seat, in the next week or two, we should have a pretty exciting announcement to make about a future event. We've canceled so many events in 2020. It's been disappointing and frustrating, all the things that we wanted to do but haven't been able to do. But there is something coming up that we're very excited that we might actually be able to have in person for the first time in months and months and months. So more information will be coming about that soon. We hope you get excited about it. We're looking forward to it. We'll be sure to tell you more in the weeks ahead. So there you go, just something to wet your whistle for future midweek update videos. So I think that pretty much covers it. Again, RSVP for this coming Sunday. If you can't be here in person, join us on the live stream. We're very happy to hear that people are benefiting from that, and we hope that continues. On top of that, pray for those families in our church who are preparing to start school, those people who work in the schools. Ask us for help if you need it. Send people our way if they need it. And then, of course, keep your eyes out for upcoming announcements about future events at Prairie View, whether it's church-wide events or whether it's a small group. Things are coming up, and we're figuring out and discussing and praying how to have those things safely and to still be within all the right precautions and guidelines from the city and the state, but also be able to continue resuming ministry here at this church. So with that, that covers our midweek update. Thanks for watching this week. We hope to see you on Sunday morning, August 9th, as we read in 1 Timothy 4. So take care and have a great rest of your week.